King Charles III and his wife, Queen Camilla, have been crowned after the coronation. The royal couple were driven back to Buckingham Palace. The royal family appeared on the balcony.
Camilla, known as the Queen Consort, has faced challenges since her entrance into the monarchy. Transitioning from King Charles's mistress to queen has sparked significant tensions within the royal family, particularly with Princess Anne and Catherine. Their confrontations have often put King Charles in a difficult position. Now, after enduring so much strain within the monarchy, Queen Camilla has received troubling news. She has been forced to drop her title. Could this decision stem from the ongoing conflicts, or is there something deeper that King Charles is concealing to maintain peace? Was it a choice Camilla took personally for the sake of the monarchy? Join us in this video as we unveil the reason why Camilla is forced to drop the Queen title. Before we dive into the details of this shocking news, let's explore Camilla's early life and her path to becoming a member of the royal family. Camilla's early life, from childhood to young adulthood. Camilla Rosemary Shand was born on July 17, 1947, at King's College Hospital in London. Her family spent time at their country house, The Lanes, an 18th-century home in Plumpton, East Sussex, and their house in South Kensington, London. Her parents were Major Bruce Shand, a British Army officer who became a businessman, and Rosalind, who was the daughter of Roland Cubitt, the 3rd Baron Ashcombe. Camilla has a younger sister named Annabel Elliot and had a younger brother named Mark Shand. Rosalind was active in charity work and volunteered at the Chailey Heritage Foundation during the 1960s and 1970s. This foundation helps young children with disabilities and is located near their home in Sussex. When Camilla was 5 years old, she went to Dumbrells, a co-educational school in Ditchling Village. Starting at age 10, she attended Queen's Gate School, which was near her home in London. Her classmates at Queen's Gate called her Milla and included the singer Twinkle, Lynn Ripley, who described her as having inner strength and showing magnetism and confidence. One of her teachers, Penelope Fitzgerald, a writer who taught French, remembered her as bright and lively. Camilla left Queen's Gate in 1964 with one O-level, as her parents did not make her stay long enough to take A-levels. At 16, she went to the Montfertil Finishing School in Tolochenaz, Switzerland. After finishing her course there, she studied French and French literature for 6 months at the University of London Institute in Paris. On March 25, 1965, Camilla was presented as a debutante in London, one of 311 that year. After moving out of her parents' house, she shared a small flat in Kensington with her friend Jane Wyndham, who was the niece of decorator Nancy Lancaster. Later, she moved into a larger flat in Belgravia, which she shared with her landlady, Lady Moira Campbell, the daughter of the 4th Duke of Abercorn. Eventually, she lived with Virginia Carrington, the daughter of the 6th Baron Carrington. Camilla worked as a secretary for different companies in the West End and as a receptionist at the decorating firm Sybil Colfax and John Fowler in Mayfair. She was reportedly fired from this job after arriving late because she had been at a dance. Camilla kept riding horses and often attended equestrian events. She also enjoyed painting, which led her to take private lessons with an artist, although most of her artwork ended up in the bin. Other interests of hers included fishing, horticulture, and gardening. How did Camilla get into a relationship with Charles and find her way into royalty? Was she known as the other woman in Charles's life, and why did she have to give up her title? Keep watching to find out. Camilla and Charles. Their journey through love and challenges. Shand reportedly met Prince Charles in mid-1971. Before this, Andrew Parker Bowles had ended his relationship with Shand in 1970 and was now pursuing Princess Anne. Although Shand and Charles moved in the same social circles and attended similar events, they had not formally met until then. Giles Brandreth notes that they did not first meet at a polo match, as many people believe. Instead, their first meeting took place at their friend Lucia Santa Cruz's home, where she introduced them. They quickly became close friends and eventually started a romantic relationship, which was well known in their social group. As a couple, they often attended polo matches at Smith's Lawn in Windsor Great Park, where Charles played polo. They also became part of a group that frequented Annabelle's in Berkeley Square. As their relationship deepened, Charles met Shan's family in Plumpton, and she was introduced to some of his family members. However, their relationship was paused when Charles went overseas to join the Royal Navy in early 1973 and ended suddenly afterward. There are various reasons suggested for why the relationship ended. Robert Lacey, in his 2008 book, Royal, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, claims that Charles met Shan too early and did not ask her to wait for him during his military service. Sarah Bradford, in her 2007 book, Diana, suggests that a member of Lord Mountbatten's close circle said Mountbatten arranged for Charles to be sent overseas to end the relationship with Shan to clear the way for a possible engagement with his granddaughter, Amanda Knatchbull. Some sources indicate that Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, disapproved of Shan because she wanted Charles to marry a granddaughter of her close friend, Lady Fermoy. Other sources suggest that Shan did not want to marry Charles but preferred Andrew Parker Bowles, with whom she had an on-and-off relationship since the late 1960s, or that Charles decided he would not marry until he turned 30. Most royal biographers agree that Charles would not have been allowed to marry Shan if he had sought permission. According to Patricia Knatchbull, Countess Mountbatten of Burma and Charles's cousin, some palace courtiers considered Shan unsuitable as a future spouse. In 2005, she stated, "Looking back, you can say that Charles should have married Camilla when he first had the chance. They were a good match, as we know now, but it wasn't possible. It wouldn't have been possible, not then." Despite this, they remained friends. In August 1979, Lord Mountbatten was assassinated by the Provisional Irish Republican Army. Charles was deeply affected by his death and reportedly turned to Camilla Parker Bowles for comfort. During this time, rumors began to spread among close friends of the Parker Bowleses and in polo-playing circles that Camilla and Charles had rekindled their romantic relationship. A source close to Parker Bowles confirmed that by 1980, they were indeed lovers again. Some royal staff claim this happened even earlier. Parker Bowles's husband, Andrew, reportedly accepted the affair, even though he had many lovers during their marriage. However, Charles soon began a relationship with Lady Diana Spencer, whom he married in 1981. The affair became public knowledge in the press a decade later with the release of the book Diana, Her True Story in 1992. Followed by the Camillagate, also known as Tampongate scandal in 1993, when a private phone conversation between Parker Bowles and Charles was secretly recorded, and the transcripts were leaked to the tabloids. The book and the tape harmed Charles's public image and led to negative media coverage for Parker Bowles. In 1994, Charles publicly addressed his relationship with Parker Bowles in an interview with Jonathan Dimbleby. He stated, "Mrs. Parker Bowles is a great friend of mine, a friend for a very long time. She will continue to be a friend for a very long time." He later acknowledged in the interview that their relationship rekindled after his marriage had irretrievably broken down in 1986. Even though she faced criticism for having an affair, Camilla had a good heart. What charity work did she do? Stay tuned to find out. Camilla's philanthropic efforts. Camilla's dedication to fighting osteoporosis. In 1994, Camilla joined the National Osteoporosis Society after her mother passed away from the disease that year. Her maternal grandmother had also died from osteoporosis in 1986. Camilla became a patron of the organization in 1997 and, in 2001, was made president in a well-publicized event attended by Charles. In 2002, she introduced a small book titled A Skeleton Guide to a Healthy You, Vitamins and Minerals, designed to help women protect themselves from osteoporosis. The following month, she participated in the Roundtable of International Women Leaders to examine barriers to reimbursement for diagnosis and treatment of osteoporosis, along with 13 prominent women from around the globe. This event, hosted by Queen Rania of Jordan and organized by the International Osteoporosis Foundation, took place in Lisbon, Portugal, and marked Camilla's first public speech. Leaders from around the world attended to discuss osteoporosis treatment and called for government support globally. In 2004, she attended another osteoporosis conference in Dublin. organized by the Irish Osteoporosis Society. The next year, she visited the U.S. National Institutes of Health in Maryland, where she gave a presentation on osteoporosis to prominent health figures. In 2006, Camilla launched the Big Bone Walk campaign, where she led 90 children and people with osteoporosis on a 10-mile walk around Loch Muick at the Balmoral Estate in Scotland to raise funds for the charity. The event raised £200,000 and continues annually as a fundraiser for osteoporosis awareness. In 2011, she appeared in a BBC radio drama, The Archers, playing herself to raise awareness for osteoporosis. And in 2013, she joined forces with the TV show Strictly Come Dancing to fundraise for the National Osteoporosis Society. By 2006, Camilla had spoken at over 60 events on osteoporosis across the UK and internationally, and had also helped open bone scanning units and osteoporosis centers for patients. Almost every year, Camilla attends events for World Osteoporosis Day on October 20th, and frequently participates in conferences worldwide, meeting health experts to discuss osteoporosis further. For her contributions to osteoporosis awareness, Camilla received the Ethel Lafrac Award in 2005 from an American charity, and in 2007, the Cone Foundation Award from the National Osteoporosis Society. In 2016, she received an honorary doctorate from the University of Southampton for her contributions to osteoporosis awareness, and in 2019, the National Osteoporosis Society was renamed the Royal Osteoporosis Society in recognition of her continued work in the field. Before we examine Camilla's role as Queen Consort, it's important to understand the significance of the crown and whether Camilla can handle the responsibilities that come with it. Stay tuned to find out the weight of the crown. The royal title is a crown of responsibilities, not just jewels. The title of queen seems like a symbol of prestige and splendor. Who wouldn't want to be queen, right? They wear gold crowns and purple robes, followed by servants and fans. But the crown comes with high expectations. A queen is a leader, diplomat, and symbol of stability. Queen Camilla knew this well. After years of media scrutiny and being compared to others, she finally became the queen she had prepared to be. Tradition runs deep in the British monarchy, where history and heritage are present in every corner. For centuries, royals have honored these traditions, sometimes sacrificing personal freedom. Understanding the importance of the crown, will Camilla be a good queen? Or will she be remembered as the queen who couldn't manage the duties of the monarchy? Keep watching to find out. Camilla's role as Queen Consort, a new chapter. Camilla became Queen Consort on September 8, 2022, when her husband became Charles III after the death of Queen Elizabeth II. On September 10th, she went to the Accession Council where Charles was officially announced as king. She served as a witness along with her stepson William. After becoming Queen Consort, Camilla decided to replace the traditional role of lady-in-waiting with a new position called Queen's Companion. This role is less formal and only requires her to help with official events, without the responsibility of replying to letters or planning day-to-day activities. On February 13, 2023, Buckingham Palace announced that Camilla tested positive for COVID-19, which caused her to postpone several public events. Camilla was crowned with Charles on May 6, 2023, at Westminster Abbey in London. On June 16, 2023, Buckingham Palace announced that Charles appointed Camilla to the Order of the Thistle. On July 5th, she joined Charles at a national service of thanksgiving at St. Giles's Cathedral, where he received the honours of Scotland. It was also revealed in July that, unlike Prince Philip, the previous consort, Camilla would not get a parliamentary annuity. Instead, her activities would be funded through the sovereign grant. Camilla and Charles have been on 3 state visits and have received 3 themselves. In March 2023, she went with Charles on his first state visit as monarch to Germany. In September and October 2023, they made state visits to France and Kenya. In November, Camilla was by Charles's side at his first state opening of Parliament as the sovereign. Even though Camilla was queen, some family members didn't fully accept her. Were there times when Camilla had conflicts with these royal members, and why were they unhappy with her? Keep watching to find out. Camilla's challenge: struggling to fit in with modern royalty. The confrontation reportedly took place during a private royal event that was meant to be low-key. What began as a conversation between Camilla and Catherine quickly turned into a heated argument when Anne intervened. According to sources close to the palace, Camilla had grown frustrated with Catherine's approach to royal duties, viewing her popularity as a threat to her own position. Camilla appears to resent Catherine because she believes that Catherine's modern and friendly style conflicts with the traditional image that she and King Charles want to maintain. During the argument, Camilla supposedly accused Catherine of not fully supporting King Charles's vision for the monarchy, which Catherine found very insulting. For someone as dedicated to her role as Catherine, being told she wasn't loyal to the monarchy's goals felt like a direct attack on her character. Princess Anne, known as the royal family's secret powerhouse for her straightforward attitude and fierce loyalty to her loved ones, did not tolerate Camilla's passive-aggressive behavior. True to her style, Anne stepped in, took Catherine's side, and gave Camilla a strong verbal response that left her shocked. It's almost amusing to witness. Camilla tries to assert her authority, but Anne easily puts her in her place. If Camilla thought she could intimidate Anne, she clearly underestimated her opponent. Anne doesn't put up with nonsense, and as for Camilla, let's just say she's not exactly known for her cleverness.